Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we are doing a video that was actually suggested to me in the comments, I think, of my last video. And I thought that it was a good suggestion, so that's what I'm doing today, and it's how to let him or her go. So I'm imagining that most of you will be asking about someone that you have been in a relationship with and you've sadly broken up from them, or you just had a crush on them and then it didn't really turn into what you hoped it would. But for some of you, this might not be a romantic thing. You know, some of you, it might be that a friend betrayed you, or you ended up parting ways from someone and there's just no real likelihood that you'll get your previous relationship back. Possibly some of you might even be asking about people who've passed over and how to kind of move on from the grief process. So I'm aware that there might be different situations here, but I am anticipating that most of you will be asking about a romantic connection. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to come out, but I will see what comes up in the cards. I'm not going to put any particular focus on what kind of relationships we're looking at today. So I've got these really cute cards on each pile, and they're kind of like dream landscapes, because I thought we would have something a little bit relaxing for this video. So on pile one, we've got this girl who is like on these fish, and she's chasing after this star, and that's going to be the Sun and Moon Tarot that we use for pile one, because I'll be shuffling on camera. And just think of your person or your relationship with them and think, how can I let them go? How can I move on from this person or this connection? Pile two is this guy standing among these flowers. It reminds me a little bit of Tom Thumb. And we've got the Faery Tarot for that one, which is a new tarot deck that I just got the other day. And on pile three, there's, I think this is a girl, although I'm not sure, and she's sitting, or he or she is sitting on this moon, looking up at the stars. And we're using the Halloween Tarot for that pile. So it's fine to pause the video if you need more time and just see which pile you're feeling most drawn towards. You might choose the picture that you think is the most pretty, but I would say that the most accurate reading is going to be the one where you choose just the pile that you're feeling pulled towards intuitively. It might be that you just can't take your eyes off a certain image, or you just can't, you know, every time you look at a certain pile, you just feel like a little tingly feeling between your eyes, like the third eye place in between your eyes. Also, I want to say a big thank you today to my patrons, Alex, Alexandra, Kat, Ashley, Jeanette and Kelly, and all my other patrons as well, as always. But I also want to say a big thank you to Isabella, because she sent me this lovely new deck from my wish list over on Amazon. So this is the Loving Words from Jesus deck. Now, before I use this, I want to preface this and say that I'm not a Christian, so I do not know the full context behind every single quote. I have read some of the Bible as a philosophy student, but I've never read it in its entirety or really studied it properly. So I will just be taking the quotes based on what I know and based on what I know intuitively as well when I see them. So with that being said, when you're ready, when you've chosen your pile, I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start by filming pile number one. Hi there, pile one. So if you chose the girl on the fish and the Sun and Moon Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. So let's see what the cards have to say. I'm not placing any emphasis on what kind of relationship you might have with the person you're asking about. You might even be asking about a group of people, like how can I let this friendship group go, or how can I let my ex-work colleagues go if you've moved to a different job and you don't have the same kind of rapport with those new people that you did in the past. So let's see what the cards want to say. Okay, so I'm just going to look at the tarot cards first, and then we'll get your oracle cards as well. So we have Four of Swords here, which says truce. Queen of Swords. The Emperor. King of Cups. Eight of Swords, interference. And Five of Swords, defeat. So there's a lot of swords cards here, and I feel like this is possibly a situation where where other people got involved. So it might be that you are asking about a group of people, as I mentioned, or that you were in a situation where other people were getting involved in a particular relationship that you had. And I'm seeing that you do need time to process this, group one. So this might be fairly recent for you, or it might be something that happened a while ago, but you're still in the process of understanding it and trying to come to terms with it and figuring out why this happened, or why things ended the way they did, or why you behaved a certain way, or someone said that to you. Like, you're still decoding how everything happened the way it did, and that's completely normal. So just give yourself a little bit more time to do that, and try not to be harsh on yourself mentally, because I feel like some of you are saying to yourself, I should be over this by now, or this shouldn't be taking over my thoughts as much as it does now still. And this is just saying, look, give yourself some time, give yourself some peace as well. And then I'm seeing 3 people in the center of the reading here: Queen of Swords, the Emperor, and King of Cups. So I'm seeing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces showing up in this reading. And what I feel has happened is that there has possibly been a breakup or a falling out between friends, people going their separate ways. And I kind of get the sense that this was a power struggle. These are some very powerful people in the center here, people who are very independent, and they don't really like other people taking their power from them or trying to tell them what to do. And so I feel like that's what's happened here, is there's been some kind of clash of personalities where someone wanted to be the dominant one and so did the other person, or there was a lot of differing opinions which led to arguments, and it might even have been very passionate because of that, and very intense. But at the same time, it feels like that's what contributed to you no longer being able to be around this person. So I'm definitely seeing this sense of needing to possibly eliminate other people from your life as well who are also negative influences. So you might find that there are other people around you who equally don't bring you joy, or who cause toxic energy to arise in your life. And I'm seeing this need for independence, and this need to almost look back and try and see some of the funny side of what happened, like, oh, why did I put up with that? Like, how silly of me. Or as if they actually spoke to me like that and thought that they could say that, trying to look back with a little bit of humor if possible. But of course, I feel like a lot of you aren't in the right mindset to do that just yet, and that's why you need to give yourself a little bit of time. And then I am also seeing that you need to spend time with other people once you come out of this independent phase. There's going to be a need to open up to others about what you experienced, and that could be finding another romantic partner, it could be talking to family and friends, but there is this growing need for closeness here. And just in general as well, I feel like you should not let this experience hold you back from future relationships, whether that's friendships or love relationships or whatever, because I kind of get the sense from both of these cards that it's left you feeling like there's something lacking in you, like you are somehow deficient, or like you lack confidence in some way when you think about future relationships. So it's important that you don't let this this experience stop you in the future or make you doubt yourself at all. And so talking to others might also help with that. So let's get some oracle cards, and of course we've also got the charms and dice as well, as always. So when we've done all the cards, we'll be putting those on top as well. Glimpse, number 34, indigo, rainbow, crystal children, and beyond. Now it's interesting because I've got this very kind of strong airy feeling from this reading, and now also as well I kind of associate the third eye a lot with air signs, because it's all about like it's connected to the mind. So it's interesting that you've got that, and I feel like a lot of you are psychic, or you do have a very strong intuition, and I think during this time of being just not doing too much physically, not demanding too much of yourself mentally, you're going to be getting this strong guidance, or this strong kind of glimpse into the future of what your life could be and how you should behave in order to bring this future that you want into being. I think now is kind of the time to process the past and then start thinking about the future and what you want it to look like. And if you can picture that perfect future ask yourself, okay, if this is where I am now and that's where I want to be, then what are the steps in between those two spaces to get me to the perfect future? And then you can identify them and start working towards them. Gold, number 36, you don't need someone else to fix you. Yeah, and I think this is a big issue for a lot of people as well, that they don't even realize they think this way. You know, people seem to be, they see a relationship or they see having lots of good friendships as being like a value judgment on them as a person, and that if they don't have lots of friends or they don't have a romantic relationship, they're somehow less of a person and they need to be fixed. And only a relationship can do that. And I think that's just not true. And I also feel like when people have been in a relationship for a very long time, they get very used to being around that person. They get very used to having that person there to kind of pick up the pieces when something goes wrong. So I think that's an important message for you at the moment, is all about regaining your independence and realizing that all you need at the end of the day is yourself. And the only person you need to rely on at the moment is yourself. Because then you're going to start attracting people towards you who are in right alignment with you. Okay, now this is my brand new Celtic tree oracle and I'm so excited with it. I literally only received it before I started filming. So this is number 20. I think that's pronounced Yoho, and it's the yew tree. So of course I'm going to need the guidebook to tell us what this means, but I just absolutely love the deck already. It's such a pretty deck. The images are gorgeous, and obviously the philosophy behind it as well. So this is associated with the crone aspect of the goddess, as well as deities like Pluto, Anubis, and your ancestors. And so this is about death and rebirth, legacies, ancestors, transition, transformation, reincarnation, endings and beginnings, and regeneration. So when you get this card, expect some sort of an ending. What are you done with? What have you completed? What have you had enough of? What is asking you to let it go? You may not know where you're going, but you don't need to. The yew asks you to embrace change, to follow the process. Something is dissolving so that something new can be birthed. So I think that's good to keep in mind as well. Always remember that an ending in many ways is also a beginning. The endings bring about new possibilities. They bring about fresh space for new energies to come in. Number 6, the Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. Yeah, that's interesting. I do feel like there is going to be new love for you in the future, but you're just not in the space yet to welcome that because you are still processing what happened in this situation. For those of you who are already in relationships and this is about someone else leaving your life, I think it's just saying allow your partner to be there for you and support you, but don't become dependent on them, you know, because we've been talking about not needing someone else to fix things for you, and that's all about being independent and standing on your own 2 feet to do this. And I also think the Lovers card in this sense as well is about being kind to yourself, being a loving person towards yourself. So we have number 34, Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, and that's really gorgeous. And second chakra, Archangel Ariel, and look, this is number 36, and this is number 36, so 36 might be a special number for you. Whether you know that yet or not, 36 might turn out to be a lucky number for you. So door to personal healing and happiness. This is saying that healing is on its way for you. You are going to be blessed with some happy new opportunities. I love the colors of this, and I love all of the kind of plants that are around it. It's just very lush and abundant, and it talks about new life, in my opinion. And then second chakra. So when we get this card, the second chakra is the sacral chakra, and that's all about intimacy, creativity, self-expression. So again, I think it's saying don't have a fear of letting people in. Don't have that fear of growing close to people, because I think when we've gone through breakups or when we've had someone we thought cared about us betray us in a certain way, it can leave us feeling like we want to protect ourselves. So you might find that you have a guard up around your sacral chakra without even being aware of it. And what I've noticed as well is that you've got very kind of blue and indigo colors, and then also gold and orange. Okay, then we have coming apart in the reverse, number 46. So, of course, something kind of coming apart, but you fighting it. You know, it's about you not being willing to let it go, and you just need to breathe it away. You just need to finally give all of that fighting and all of that like resistance over to the universe, and just let the universe and your angels and your ancestors as well take care of this and hold your hand through the process. You've got Archangel Raphael, you've got Archangel Ariel coming out for you here. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. I did say that Aries was represented in this reading earlier. So yeah, I feel like you are going to gain a lot more strength as you keep moving forward. You are going to kind of feel cathartic eventually. You are going to realize the ending eventually, because I think some of you are still processing it and still haven't fully come to terms with that. Let's get you one of these new cards. Okay. Love one another as I have loved you, John 13:34. So I just like this because, again, it reminds me of this Lovers card. And it's about saying, once again, love yourself like your family loves you, or love yourself like your friends love you, or love yourself as you would love a friend or a partner. Be this caring person. Take care of yourself, because I really feel that some of you are quite harsh on yourself and you just aren't a good friend to yourself sometimes. And I feel like I'm saying this a lot recently because it keeps coming up as a theme in private readings and on YouTube readings as well. And this is just what I'm feeling, is that people need to be more of a loving friend to themselves. So thank you so much again, Isabella, for these lovely cards. You are so generous. It was very kind of you to get these for me. And I just love the imagery of this card in particular. There's a lot of different colors here, and it's just very tranquil. It's very peaceful. It's very loving. So I'll just get you a couple more cards and then we'll do your charms and dice, group 1. Yeah, number 7 for Borgenes Selbst. So hidden self, and this is a victim card, so something that is keeping you in the victim mindset. And hidden self is about self-sabotage that you might not even be aware of. So these blue suits are representing just most of you, like the conscious mind and the subconscious mind that's in right alignment, and then the red suit is representing this subconscious self that is acting against your best wishes. So ask yourself if you're doing things that might be considered self-destructive, or if you're thinking in a way that is kind of defeatist or negative somehow, or if you feel like you're drawn to do things that seem to be self-sabotaging in nature, because that's something that needs to be worked on. So maybe you could try and meditate to bring your conscious and subconscious mind into right alignment, or you could ask your higher self to realign yourself for your highest good. I'm just going to get you an affirmation card. Peace, yes. I create peace, prosperity, and joy in my life. And that's what I said about this card, is it's very peaceful. And also the Four of Swords, which is your first card from this reading, in many ways is a peaceful card. It's that card of surrender and just finally letting everything wash over you. So I think it's good that you've got these cards. There's a very coherent message here. So I'm going to do your charms now as well, group 1. Just a quick disclaimer, if you don't like the sound of them being shuffled, or if you're wearing headphones or you have the volume turned up to full, you might just want to turn it down a little bit while I shuffle them, because they can be a little bit loud. And I know some people just don't like the sound of it. So group 1, how can you let this person go? Okay, so we've got the letter H there, and we've also got the letter E. So that does spell out he. I'm wondering if for some of you this is a masculine that you're asking about. But I also feel that that could be initials like first names, surnames, place names, etc., or even just words that you might associate with this situation. We've got a guardian angel there, so your angels are definitely watching over you and looking out for you. And I mean, we saw that in the cards anyway, because you've got 2 cards specifically from archangels. You've got this yoga and meditation charm as well, trying to breathe, trying to have that mindful energy, because I really feel as though you've let things get very wound up in your mind. I'm feeling this very kind of tense, not just tense, but intense energy kind of in my third eye at the moment. And so I'm feeling this buzzing sensation there, and it just feels as though you're letting these thoughts circulate around your mind so much, and it's just not giving you any space to think clearly, and it's not giving you any space to breathe. So you need to create that space for yourself. We've got this star charm there, which is about health and healing, hope, optimism and faith, looking towards the future with optimism. You've got a good luck charm there with the ladybird, really cute. You've got just married as well, and also the sunflower charm, which for me is like the sun card in the tarot, all about, again, optimism, thinking positively, increasing your confidence, etc., trying to do things that make you happy. So with the just married charm, some of you are possibly divorcing people, or you're moving out of relationships, whether romantic or not, that have lasted a very long time for you. So that is what I'm seeing showing up here. We've got the spanner, which is also about fixing things, improving your mindset, because it's landed on a swords card. Makes me think about just bringing that mindset into right alignment. And this equally could be a sword or it could be a cross, so however you want to take it. If it's the sword, then I would say it's like the Ace of Swords, you know, trying to open communication with someone, talking to someone about your feelings. If it's a cross, you can take faith, protection, trusting that things will work out. And then we also have the chair, and that for me is all about material fulfillment and material issues, household issues as well. And it's funny that it landed on that yew tree card, which is about the ancestors. So maybe some of you have lost loved ones, or some of you are just trying to connect more to your family and family history or ancestors in general. Some of you might actually benefit from just doing some tidying or some home improvement as a way to take your mind off things, to keep busy. Then we've got this hen here and also this monkey. So for me, these are Chinese year symbolizers. So the year of the rooster and the year of the monkey. So those could be associated with people in this situation, that they could be born in those years or things could have happened in those years. But also the monkey for me is about playfulness, and it's landed on this card with all the children on it. So maybe trying to spend time with children if there are children in your family or your friendship circle, and just see things through their eyes. Trying to do things that some people might even think of as childish, like watching a kids movie that you really like, or playing games or something, just to, again, lighten up your energy a little bit. The lobster is telling me that you're very resilient and that you will overcome this. And the car is also saying that you're going to make some very fast progress. So once you've come out of this Four of Swords phase, things are going to start moving very quickly for you. And it's funny that that's landed on this card about a fiery climax approaching, because that just made me think of you getting a lot more confidence and getting a lot more energy back. And then finally we have Eros, or Cupid here, the Greek and Roman god of love and intimacy as well. So it's interesting that he's popped out when I said that I thought a new relationship was coming towards you for those of you that are single. So let's get your dice on top as well. Okay, group 1, so that's number 5. So I am rolling the 5th set of dice for you. They're the actions dice, and they look like that. Okay, and I'm just rolling 2 for you today. And the reason why I do that, why I roll that little dice beforehand, is because I don't want to roll all 9 dice if 7 of them are going to be meaningless, you know? because that would not be helpful. So let's see what these dice messages are going to be. Interesting. So we've got the laughing face, and that's landed on that picture with the children again. So like I said, something lighthearted and childlike and funny, trying to do things that make you smile, that make you happy, even if it's just to take your mind out of this situation for a brief moment, because those moments each time will get longer and the effects of those moments will last for longer each time. So it's like a cumulative thing. And then on the King of Cups, when I first mentioned that there might be someone new coming your way, we've got the butterfly catcher. And that again makes me think that you're going to catch a new person. You're going to snag this new relationship coming your way. There is someone who seems to be riding into your future. So I really like that. So have faith for that, but don't make it your focus, because as the cards have said, it's not about waiting around for this person to change your life or to rescue you in any way. It's about working on yourself, focusing on what's gone wrong here, and then opening up when you're ready to this new experience. So I hope this made sense for you, Group 1. Please let me know below how it resonated. I love reading your comments, and I do try to reply to all of you as well. Do give this video a big like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope this was helpful for you, and if you want to help out the channel in any way or show your support or just get involved more with what I do here, then I have lots of links in the description box as to how you can get involved. So you might want to go and follow me on Instagram, where I'm posting daily cards about daily energies. You might want to join my Patreon page. That's where you get access to exclusive content, and you get monthly rewards as well, based on which tier you join at. And you kind of show monthly support for the channel. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations to the channel. I've got an official Bilibili account for anyone who is Chinese or watches anything over on Bilibili. You can go and follow me there. I've also got my Amazon wishlist, of course, which the lovely Isabella got this deck from. So if you want to get a new deck for the channel, please go ahead and check it out. That would be so kind of you. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated as well, even if it was like months and months ago, because your donations really do enrich the channel, and it's just so lovely that you want to show your support in that way. And I am still offering angel healing sessions over on my Etsy page as well. So if that's something that interests you, definitely go and check it out and see if there's anything over there that you'd like to book, or ask me a question if you're not sure. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. I really hope this helped. Good luck with everything, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Take care. Hey there, Group 2. If you chose the man walking through this kind of flower field and the Fairy Tarot, then this is your reading. So, like I said before, I'm not placing any emphasis on the kind of person that you're asking about or what the nature of the relationship was. You might even be asking about a group of people, like a friendship group or ex-work colleagues that you are struggling to move on from. So I'm just going to see what comes out in the cards. And then we'll also be doing your charms and dice as well, like always. So make sure you stick around and get your full reading. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. So we've got the Sun, first of all. Then the 8 of Bells, which is the 8 of Pentacles. 10 of Acorns, or 10 of Wands. 3 of Hearts, or 3 of Cups. Death. The Page of Leaves, which is the Page of Swords, and then 10 of Leaves, or 10 of Swords. Okay, so one of the first things that I'm seeing coming through is kind of about acknowledging that this is an ending, because we've got death, we've got the Ten of Swords, also the Ten of Wands in a way, because tens talk about completion. I feel like a lot of you are possibly struggling to accept that this has ended. You know, if you are mourning someone who has passed over, or you have broken up with someone or parted ways with someone when that wasn't what you wanted. I feel like a lot of you are struggling to accept that this is final in this lifetime, that this is a finite thing. So acknowledging that, first of all, is what's going to be helpful to you, what's going to be most helpful to you in the moment. And then what I'm seeing is focusing really on your own abundance. So we've got a lot here about throwing yourself into your own projects. You know, Eight of Pentacles is about working hard, being determined to get good results for what you're doing. Ten of Wands can also be interpreted as working hard and filling your day with a lot of things, because I feel like that's possibly an issue as well. If you are perhaps furloughed, or you're just at home and you're not really doing much at the moment, then that could be an issue, that you don't have an awful lot to distract you. So maybe trying to learn something new if you can't work at the moment might be helpful for you. And I feel as well, trying to do things that make you feel better, even if it's just for like a few moments, is helpful. Watch comedy, spend time with friends and family if possible, even if it's just through like a video call. I just get this sense of needing to raise your vibration or lift your mood, even if it's just for a little moment, like, because I feel, and I said this to group 1 as well, that each of these moments will accumulate over time. So it might be for 3 seconds one time, and the next time it's for 5, and it just gets more and more, and the effects last for longer each time. I am also seeing Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius coming through in this reading so far, so that might resonate for you. Let's see what the Oracle cards want to say as well. Okay, we've got Solace, number 2. Return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, and flower essences. Okay, interesting. So taking walks in nature will be helpful for a lot of you. It's quite interesting that you've actually chosen the Faery Tarot when this has started to talk about nature as well. Okay, so I have now got this new Celtic Tree Oracle, which arrived literally just before I started filming. So I'm really interested to use this, especially now that you've got this card. And as well, I want to say things like having fresh flowers in the house really makes a difference to the room. Possibly using herbal oils or essential oils might help you as well, because it's been talking about natural remedies and flower essences, so that might help shift your mood as well. So this is number 18, Ur, and it says heather/mistletoe. So obviously I'm going to need to look in the guidebook here to see what this is talking about. Okay, so this is associated with the pregnant mother aspect of the goddess, as well as Pan, the green man. And so I'm guessing possibly also Cernunnos as well. And this is about healing, spiritual development, making contact with the spiritual dimensions, fertility, solid foundations, and the spiritual path. So this tree represents a link between our earthly plane and the spirit world. So when you receive this card, communications with the spiritual world can result in healing. Pay attention to dreams, visions, and synchronicities. Prayer or meditation is also helpful here, as well as ritual. Spend time in nature. That's so interesting because this literally says return to nature. So I love it when the cards just repeat themselves like this. And it also says that when you get this card, it's time to address an issue that needs healing, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. So definitely this is what I'm getting, is that you've really taken this to heart. It felt more in group 1 like the people there just couldn't stop thinking about a connection, but this is very much like you're really feeling hurt, or you're really feeling betrayed, and like there's a real wound there for you. So this is something that you really do need to pay attention to, group 2. Number 5, stars. You can manifest your every wish. That's really beautiful. I love this image as well. So start thinking about what it is that you want from life. You know, like I said, throwing yourself into your own abundance, being determined to make this new life for yourself as you heal. What would your ideal life look like? How can you get there? What are the steps you need to take you from your current position to your dream life? Number 36, second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So this also came out for group 1 as well. So Archangel Ariel is coming out for you here to say that there is possibly an issue with your sacral chakra that needs to be drawn to your attention, or that you should just start doing activities more that are associated with the sacral chakra. So that is all creative activities, expressing yourself. It's also about physical intimacy and emotional intimacy as well. So you might find that you've put up like a wall energy surrounding that because maybe you feel betrayed by someone and you don't want to let other people in to do something similar to you. But this is just saying, don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to let people in the future when you're ready. Work on strengthening that sacral chakra. So then we have Peaks of Joy in the reverse, number 33. And Sacred Pool, number 47. And I just want to get one of my new cards as well. Okay, because I'm going to read from the guidebooks for these two. So this says, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. Matthew 26:41. So thank you so much to Isabella again for these lovely cards. You are so generous and kind to get these for me. So yeah, I feel like again it's saying connect to the spirit world to help you stay on the right path and to stop you from doing anything that you would later regret, to stop you doing anything self-sabotaging. Like I know possibly some of you are fighting the urge to go off the rails, or you're fighting the urge to message that person and ask for them back, or to apologize, or to, you know, tell them how much you're missing them. And you know that afterwards you would really regret that, but you're just really fighting the urge to do that. So ask for help and strength to stop yourself from doing that. So let's look at this card in the reverse. It says, do you rely too heavily on your material achievements when you assess how happy you are? Perhaps you say, I'll be happy when I meet the right lover, or make the right amount of money, or reach my ideal weight, and so on. Why wait to arrive at the perfect destination before allowing yourself to experience sheer delight? This is a day for joy. Take a walk, listen to the songbirds, again that nature thing, scratch a kitty's head, play with a dog, look at a baby, and be in awe of life, which leads to a true sense of bliss. Be alive, be grateful, and know that happiness is an inside job. So yes, definitely. When I was talking about manifesting your dream life, I don't mean that in a sense of like, these things are going to fix you, or these things are going to make you feel better when you don't already. It's about getting to a point where you just feel fulfilled in general, and you also have the things that you want around you. And then the Sacred Pool card says that the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love that you wish to see in the world. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? This card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Yeah, and like I said, there's definitely like an emotional wound for you here, which is possibly coloring the way that you're seeing yourself or the way that you're behaving towards yourself. I said this to group 1 as well, but it feels as though I'm saying this a lot recently, like in readings that I'm doing, and also to people just in my daily life as well, that you need to be a better friend to yourself. that you need to be kinder to yourself and less harsh, because I think often we are our own worst enemies in many ways, and that we would never treat another person the way that we treat ourselves, or the way that we talk to ourselves in our heads. We would never speak to someone else like that, or about someone else even. So, you know, start to really ask yourself, how do I speak to myself, or how do I relate to myself, and then start to change that to be more compassionate. Wow, 10 of Michael, so that's the 10 of Swords, which you've got here as well. So this double message: a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Yeah, definitely. It's really about, first and foremost, acknowledging this ending and making that commitment to yourself that you're going to move on. And also, I think in many ways, this relationship that you had, or whatever was going on for you, doesn't seem to have been incredibly healthy. So it's about also acknowledging that something has ended, which wasn't your perfect situation anyway. That might help you as well. So then you have this gorgeous card, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. So lots of things are going to change for you. You're going to get lots of new opportunities. As this card said as well, you're going to be able to manifest things soon, once you get onto that more even feel about yourself. Then we have number 8, Todessehnsucht, which is about kind of self-destruction in many ways. It says death wish, and this is where you just feel so different to other people. You see how this person is in this very bleak mindset, whereas these people outside seem to be so happy and free. I feel as though you've gotten into this cycle where you've really started comparing yourself to how other people present themselves, and so you think that other people don't have struggles, or that other people have everything you want without even having to try. And this is saying, don't destroy your chances. Don't get into this self-destructive or going off the rails cycle or mindset. Ask for help, whether that is physically asking a person to help you get through this, whether it's trying to find a counselor or someone to listen to you in that sense, or whether it's just asking your guides and asking spirit or God or whoever you want to ask in the spirit realm. Angels, maybe you've got Archangel Ariel and Archangel Michael coming out for you here, asking for that strength and that support to help move forward and to help seeing things in a more positive and more optimistic way. So let's get you an affirmation card, and then we'll do your charms and dice. Oh, you've got 2. Okay, so divine dream. I am divinely guided. My intuition shows me the way through my dreaming world. That's a nice one. And messages. I'm receiving powerful messages from my guides right now. I trust my feelings. I really feel, group 2, that you have a pretty strong connection to the spirit world, and you probably know that already, but some of you might not, so I'm just saying this. It seems like you are quite strongly connected to particularly the fairy realm, and also angels as well, because that's coming out for you here. But yeah, there's definitely a sense of being very attached to the fairies, so I'm not surprised that you actually chose the Fairy Tarot for this group. So let's get your charms on top, group 2, and just a quick disclaimer before I start shuffling. If you don't like the sound of the charms being shuffled, or if you've got the volume turned up really loud, you might just want to turn it down a little bit while I shuffle them, because they can be a little bit loud, and I know some people just don't like the it's not like a grating sound, but they just don't like the sound of the charms. So I just always try and remember to say that. Sometimes I forget, but I try to remember to say it before I start shuffling, just to give you a little warning. So group 2, how can you let this person go? I can see first of all that we've got this snowflake and also this snowman, and both of those are about winter for me. So winter is going to be a turnaround point for you. It's going to be a point where you see some changes, some shifts. Really interestingly, you've got this earth elemental, this little fairy creature. So of course the fairies are now showing up and saying they're very strongly around you. They're very much connected to you. And they're saying there's no kind of set way to grieve a relationship or a person, you know. It's saying just do things your own way, have faith in yourself, but ask us for help. And don't feel bad if you haven't got over this breakup or this friendship breakdown or this bereavement as quickly as other people have. Because I can see that some of you are really anxious about timing here, that some of you are worried about not doing something quickly enough, because we've got the worry thread wrapped around that as well. And also this snail, it's saying take your time, you know, don't rush yourself. There really is no need to rush yourself. You know deep down what's the right thing to do. You've got this magic bag of tricks here. Now, when I think of this, I think of abundance, and I do think of manifestation. So it's curious that it's landed on that card about manifesting your dreams. You've got the Hanged Man there, again, taking time. Taking the time you need to assimilate your feelings and to understand exactly what this is doing. This gingerbread man is also about taking things slowly. Then you have the acorn, and this is about a new beginning, a lot of potential. Endings bring new beginnings. Being alert to these new changes as well, and also being very alert to the way that you're feeling so that you're able to understand that and to really feel it properly, because that's the danger as well when we go through these situations, is that we don't allow ourselves to feel the feelings properly because we're afraid of the intensity of that, and that just means that we push those feelings down and then they come back a lot more stronger in the future. So that's something to be aware of. Some of you are born in the year of the dragon or the year of the snake, possibly the dog as well, because we've got a dog there as well. But the snake for me is about someone who turns out to be an ally or turns out to be a friend to you when you actually thought that they weren't. So this could be about making up with someone who you fell out with before you fell out with this other person, or before you broke up with someone. Maybe this relationship isolated you from some other people, or maybe there's just someone hanging around that was friends with that person, and so you think that they're not going to like you, but then they turn out to be all right. It's just a nice feeling of realizing that someone's not as bad as you thought they were. And the dragon as well is saying that this is a very significant experience for you. So don't try to trivialize it in your mind and think, oh, I should be over this by now. Just take your time with this. You're also being warned against looking for revenge or playing the blame game. Don't get involved in that, because that will just lower your vibration and it will keep you stuck in this cycle a lot longer. Be prepared to make a change. And then also the crown is saying that now you're free to make your own decisions. Now you are being encouraged to take back control of this situation and to take responsibility for your actions and feelings, and to really decide where your life is going to go from here on out. You've got this sudden freedom and this sudden decision making to do. So we'll do your dice as well, group 2. Okay, so we're rolling the 5th set of dice for you today. They're called the actions dice. They look like this. Okay, that was a 0, so I'm going to roll again. And again. Okay, we're rolling 7 of these dice for you. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely seeing feel those feelings of hurt or pain or betrayal or whatever it is that you want to feel them, be aware of them. We've got this awakening dice here. And also, yeah, this is a burden for you. This is a very heavy burden for you to carry, but it's just saying with every step, it will eventually start to feel lighter. I really get this sense that you feel like your whole life has been ruined, or that your whole situation has come crashing down for you. But this is saying, no, this is now the chance for a new beginning. It's time to put this to rest. You know, this person who's filling in this hole. Lay this situation to rest, go through a period of just trying to be calm rather than happy, processing all of these feelings, and then starting to focus on your own abundance. And what's interesting is that this has landed again on this manifestation card, and so I'm wondering if this is related to meditation, visualization, those kinds of things. And then we've got this wonderful charm of kicking this ball into the air, kicking it forward. And whenever I see the ball on any dice, it makes me think of energy. This person's kicking this new energy out into the world. They're getting ready to send this new energy out there and to see how it comes back to them. You know, so again, I get this energy of manifestation from that it's important that you are really aware and that you own the thoughts and the feelings and the words and actions that you put out into the world, because they're going to come back to you in a certain way. So if you're putting out positivity, then that's what you're going to get back. Whereas if you're putting out negativity, equally that's what you're going to get back. So start thinking about the way that your energy is being sent out, and what you're hoping to manifest as well. So I really hope this was helpful for you, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do comment below and let me know how it resonated, or what's going on in your situation, etc. Also, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because all of that really helps my videos get seen by more people. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you'd like to support the channel in any way, or get involved a bit more with what I do here, then I've got lots of links in the description box to help you do that. So you might want to go and follow me on Instagram, where I'm posting daily cards, or go and follow me over on Bilibili. I have an official account on there as well, for Chinese fans. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations to help me keep making these videos. I have a Patreon page where you can get access to exclusive content and monthly rewards in return for monthly support of the channel. And I also have, of course, my tarot and oracle wish list over on Amazon. So if you want to be really generous like the lovely Isabella was, then you can go ahead and see if there's anything there that you'd like to get for the channel. I want to say thank you to everyone who's donated as well, like not just people who've donated in the past few weeks, but everyone who's ever donated to the channel through whatever way, because it really is just so lovely, and it really helps this channel to be more diverse. It helps me to keep making these videos. So thank you to everyone who's shown your support in that way. It really honestly does mean an awful lot to me. And I am still offering angel healing sessions on my Etsy page as well. If that interests you, you can go and check that out. But I wish you all the best, Group 2. Good luck with this. Good luck with everything. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Take care. Hey there, Group 3. If you chose the person who is sitting on the moon and looking at these stars, and also the Halloween tarot, then this is your reading. So like I said, I'm not placing any emphasis on what kind of a relationship you had with the person you're asking about, because it could even be like a group of people that you're asking about, like a past friendship group or ex-work colleagues. You know, I'm just going to see what comes out in the cards. And of course, I'll also be doing the charms and dice when I'm done with that. So stick around, make sure you get your full reading. So Group 3. Knocked over that card there. Right, let's see what these cards have to say. So we've got the Queen of Ghosts, which is the Queen of Cups. Six of Ghosts, or Six of Cups. The Chariot. The Devil. And the Wheel of Fortune, so quite a few majors there. I am seeing Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Capricorn. Cancer is actually being represented twice here. So yeah, I'm getting that this is a very emotional experience for you. I feel like a lot of you were actually manipulated by someone, and you're still getting your head around what that means. Like, you're still trying to focus and understand exactly how this situation got to be the way it was. And so I think what you're being asked to do here is just spend some time reflecting, feel those feelings, experience what you're going through, understand how all of this worked out the way it did. Be kind to yourself as well, because we've got the Six of Ghosts there, and I'm wondering if that's also about spending time with family and friends, doing things that are kind for others as well, because that will make you feel better, I think. And allow people to come in and help you and take care of you or make you feel better or whatever, even if you don't feel in the mood for those people to come round or to call you or whatever. Let them have that opportunity, because I think often we don't realise that we will feel better after having spoken to someone. Often we just want to kind of crawl into our own little space and not talk to anyone when we've been hurt. But I think that often after spending time with someone or having a chat to someone, we can feel a lot better. So I would say don't shut people out, let people in. And then we've got the Chariot, which is interesting, because this is making me wonder if you're going to be putting a lot of work into yourself, into your career. And the Chariot makes me think of like this upward trajectory. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, all about things getting better, all about that positive new experiences that are going to be coming your way. So I'm really interested to see what the Oracle cards have to tell us as well. Number 35, Stardust. Premonition, galactic communications, beginnings and endings. So of course, I feel I said this to group 2 as well. It's partly about acknowledging that this is an ending as well, because often that's difficult to come to terms with just by itself. But also the beginnings part, this is going to bring new beginnings for you. I think that a lot of you are starseeds, and possibly without being aware of it, you have this connection to galactic civilizations. You're going to be getting these kind of pieces of guidance from up above. Flower, number 17, be honest with yourself. So this could be being honest with yourself about what you want and need, whether at this moment or about future relationships. It could be about being honest with yourself about possibly what you did to contribute to this situation, if you've broken up with someone or if you've ended a friendship because there were arguments or whatever. It's about not playing the blame game, but accepting responsibility for your part in whatever has happened. Even if your part was just going along with something when you kind of had a feeling that it wasn't right for you, because then you learn something from that. If you just ignore everything that happened from your side, then that can be okay. Sometimes that's necessary because we need to just move on from the situation as quickly as possible. And it can be too hurtful to look back at the past and wonder what we could have done differently. But I think when we take time to really look at that, it can actually help us to learn from those mistakes and to identify similar actions and similar feelings and thought processes in the future so that we don't go down the same path again. You've got 2 of these lovely new Celtic Tree Oracle cards. I'm so happy with these cards. They're absolutely beautiful. And they arrived just before I started filming. So you have got number 21, Code or Grove. And number 22, I think that's pronounced Or, which is the Spindle. So I'm definitely going to need to look at the guidebook for these, but they are just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm definitely going to be using these cards a lot. So the Grove card is connected to unity consciousness, the universe, deities, all that is, and your ancestors. And this is about all knowledge, silence, meditation, prayer, initiation, the great mystery, source, sacred places, etc. So when you get this, you're being asked to reconnect to what is spiritually meaningful to you and to give it your gratitude. This is the time to consider the sacred and connect with spirit or source. Listen for messages from your ancestors and meditate. contemplate the ending and be ready to move on to something new. So again, this is interesting, and it's very kind of not connected to one particular deity, and I think it's because you've got this starseed card. It's about connecting to everything, connecting to this unity consciousness that was being mentioned in that guidebook. And then here with the spindle, we've got Breege, Lu, Thor, the three fates, and any goddesses that spin or weave. So the words for this are fulfillment, delight, sudden insight, thunder and lightning, release, energy, illumination, completion of a task. So this comes to offer you sudden insight and clarity. This tree is all about enlightenment. So you're being asked to remember that you are a being of light, and to see the light in every person you meet and every situation you enter. And you're also being promised fulfillment if you are prepared to do the work. Lay aside your reluctance and your excuses. Get busy. Success is promised, but first must come the labor. So again, that resonates with that Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune that you've got, that there is going to be this positive change in your circumstances when you've put in this work. So this is really interesting. Really, really interesting. Angel of Strength, number 50. Okay, so maybe you're going to be asking the angels or even a galactic civilization for some strength to help you overcome this situation, or to help you get busy when you feel like you have no motivation. Perspective, Archangel Camuel, and that is the Hanged Man card. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. So yes, definitely not needing to be like everyone else. And I feel this might be because, again, starseeds often feel very, very different, very left out in many ways. They feel like they don't fit in this world. And I think possibly you're comparing yourself to other people, and you're thinking, oh, well, when so-and-so broke up with her partner, you know, she was over it in this amount of time, and it's been longer than that for me, and I'm still not over it. And so I'm wondering if you're thinking that you're somehow doing something wrong, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think if you stop comparing yourself to other people, that will be a good start. Just give yourself the time that you need. Number 9, Storm Fields. Yeah, this is saying that yes, it's a turbulent time, but you will be okay after this. I actually remember what this guidebook says is that when the storm passes, the house is still going to be there. You know, the storm is not going to take the house away with it. So you are going to be okay once this has left your life. Let's get a new card. Okay. What things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them and you shall have them. And that's Mark 11:24. So I want to say again a big thank you to Isabella for this lovely deck. You are so kind and generous, and it's so nice of you to get this deck for me from my wish list. So this just really makes me think of the law of attraction and about changing your vibration through your thoughts. So when you pray to the universe, even if it's not to a specific energy or a specific deity, when you pray for strength, or when you try and realign your energy by thinking about things that are more positive, or thinking about your dream life rather than what's happened to you recently, it can really realign your energy, and it can really bring you into the right vibration for new things to start happening for you. So I think that's really positive, is starting to envisage how things can be better. A new start is coming. New moon, lovely. It's definitely what we want to hear. And again, like this card was saying, beginnings and endings. Endings always lead to a new beginning. Number 17, Ahnenproblem, generational problem. So this is a subconscious issue which is affecting you, a generational problem. So this could be that you are repeating cycles or relationship cycles possibly that your parents or your grandparents or other members of your family have been through. It might be talking about repeating a cycle that you just keep getting stuck in previous lifetimes, and you're bringing it into this new lifetime, and it's up to you to break this cycle, whether it's family related or past life related. Now is the time for you to break this cycle. So I want to pull this back to this Be Honest With Yourself card, and also the Perspective card, really understanding why you think the way you do, or why you react to certain things the way you do. Is it because of the way that you were brought up and the way that you kind of saw relationships being modeled for yourself? Is it because of things you've experienced in your past? You know, all of these things need to be analysed, and you need to realise exactly why we do the things that we do. So I'm just going to get an affirmation card for you, group 3, and then we're going to get your charms and dice. Okay, so you've got 2 here. You've got let go. Oh my goodness. I am kind to myself and share my beauty with those around me. I let go of self-criticism. And that's definitely been a theme throughout all 3 readings that I've done, is people being too harsh on themselves and people not being a good enough friend to themselves, which is something I've been saying a lot recently because it's been coming up a lot in all of my readings, is people just not being kind enough to themselves. And then growth. I challenge myself to step outside of my comfort zone as I travel on the road to growth and illumination. And the grove here is like this road to something new, this road to a new beginning. I did mention the Chariot as being like this upward trajectory where you start improving, you start seeing progress, you start seeing positive forward momentum. So this is really about picking yourself up and putting all of that sad and frustrated energy and angry energy into improving your own situation and into your own abundance. So I'm going to get your charms on top now, group 3, and just before I do, quick disclaimer: if you don't like the sound of the charms being shuffled, or if you have the volume turned up really loud, it might be a good thing just to turn it down a little bit while I shuffle them, because they can be a bit loud. And I know as well that some people just don't like the sound of it being shuffled. I know a lot of you do, but some people just, it really grates on them for some reason. So I always try and remember to say, if you want to turn it down, please do so now. So group 3, how can you let this person go? Okay, so we've actually got a lot of charms coming out for you today, group 3. We've got the letters V, Q, and X, and those could be people's names, they could be surnames, they could be place names, they could be words coming out for you. You've definitely got a lot of angelic help because you've got these angel wings here, and then also this guardian angel watching over you. I get the sense as well that you feel overwhelmed, because this is like, I think of swarm whenever I see this charm. So really feeling overwhelmed with what's happening to you. We've got Sagittarius charm here, which is about being determined, moving towards a particular goal. You know deep down as well what the right thing to do is. You're a very wise person. You're by no means stupid, and you know exactly what will make you feel better. It's curious as well, we've got another Sagittarius charm. Live, love, laugh. So simplifying your life, try and finding the joy in all of the little things, just to raise your vibration for that moment, or to take you out of the situation for that moment. Because I definitely get this feeling that you feel very stuck, or you feel very blocked or trapped in this energy. Don't worry about how long it's taking. Take your time. Don't compare yourself to other people or your process and your experiences to other people. Some of you are dealing with people who are living far away, or people from other countries. Some of you just wishing you could just get on a plane or a boat and just go far, far away. Just keep going until you get to the furthest place away from where you are right now. Then you have 1, 2, 3 keys, and keys are all about solutions for me and finding a solution to a problem or solving a situation where you felt stuck. And because you've got this key with the Triskelion on it, I'm going to pull you a Manannán Oracle card. So those of you who watch my channel quite a lot or who've been here a long time, you'll know that Manannán is one of my patron gods. He's the Celtic god of the sea. And so I have these handmade oracle cards just for communicating with him. So whenever I get this little symbol coming out as a charm or occasionally on a card, then I pull one of these cards to see what message he has for you, because that's his calling card to say, I want to say something to this group. So, Manannán, what do you want to tell group 3? Rolling waves. Yeah, so rolling waves is just all about timing, essentially. It's about letting things wash over you. It's about understanding that things move in cycles and that it's a process. It's not like you wake up one day and everything's fine. It's about each wave rolling and washing away more of the sadness or more of the pain with it. Each wave bringing more of a cleansing energy to your situation. So each wave is like each day or each positive experience that you have from now on. And I see that's going to bring you a lot more stability as well as you move forward. So thank you so much, Lord Manannán, for giving us that lovely message. You've got a little flower there as well, which is nice because this card is called Flower. And this is all about recognizing your beauty and understanding that you really are this beautiful person who deserves love or deserves to have loving relationships with people, whether that's romantic, platonic, whatever. But that this just wasn't the right one for you, or that it's no longer the right one for you. Sometimes we have relationships for a particular period of time in our life and they teach us something and then it's time to let them go. And you are a very resilient person. You will overcome this. You're very strong. Again, don't worry about following in other people's footsteps or doing what they did. It's fine to do things in your own way. Get ready to make a lot of change as you move forward. I can see as well that a lot of you are worried that you're just not good enough or that there's something wrong with you. And that's really not true. That's really not what I'm seeing here. Some of you are born in the Chinese year of the monkey, or something happened for you in that year connected to this. This is also about being playful, doing kind of childlike, fun things to take your mind off things. Again, we've got another owl there about your wisdom, being very wise, knowing what you need. And you're currently in this situation of the Hanged Man, of gaining a different perspective on your situation. Because whenever I get that gear, whatever it lands on, I say that that's already happening. It's already in process for you. Focusing on your career, your finances, your personal goals. It's going to help you. Your own abundance, as I said before. Learning from past mistakes as well with that little elephant. But continuing to move forward. There's a fine line between analysing the past to learn from your mistakes and accepting them and moving forward with them, and analysing the past to learn from your mistakes and then getting stuck in it and thinking, oh God, why did I do that? Or things would have been so different if I'd done this differently. Instead, you take it on board and you just use it for future reference. And then I think the last one that we've got here is this little shell, and that's the calling card of Aphrodite or Venus. So the Greek and Roman goddess of love and beauty. And she is just coming out here to say that she's helping you. She's working with you, just like Manannán is. So her energy is around yours right now. So let's get your dice on top as well to finish up your reading, group 3. Okay, number 2. So that is the original dice that we're going to roll for you. They look like this. And we're rolling 5 of them for you today. Okay, interesting. We've got this question mark here, and I feel like you're starting to question a lot, not just your past actions and what you could have done differently, but also like, why has this happened to me? And again, I think it's going to be helpful if you let that go. If you let go of the why am I going through this experience, or why was I allowed to meet this person if they were going to hurt me, because in time you will have answers to that. In time you will understand the reasoning, but at the moment it's just not helpful to get caught up in the whys and wherefores. So as difficult as it might be to do this, please try not to focus on that. You've also got the Wheel of Fortune again, so that's nice that you've got this double message, because you've got the card and now also the dice. So definitely things are going to change around for the better for you. Then you have this tree, symbol of growth and health and stability as well as you move forward. You've also got the dice, the dice. So this is, to me, about gambling and risk taking, but not in like a negative sense. It's like letting the universe take care of things, leaving things open to chance, not being too focused on the long-term plan right now, just allowing things to unfold as they need to. And then we also have the world. So again, this possible connection to people in other countries or people from other backgrounds, and wanting to travel as well, I think is a big theme for a lot of you at the moment. And that might be helpful for you if you're able to do it. But obviously, if you're watching this when I post this video, it might be a little bit difficult for you depending on where you live. But I hope this was helpful for you, Group 3. Please do let me know in the comments how it resonated, and let me know about your situation as well if you want to do that. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because all of these things really help my videos get seen by more people. They really help out the channel and help it to grow, so thank you to everyone that's done that. If you'd like to support the channel in any way or get more involved with what I'm doing here, then there's lots of links in the description box to help you do that. You might want to go and follow me on Instagram, where I'm posting daily cards, or follow me on Bilibili. If you're a Chinese fan, then go ahead and do that. I also have my Patreon page where you get access to exclusive content and monthly rewards based on what tier you're on, and you show kind of monthly support for the channel. I also have my PayPal link for tips and donations to help me keep making these videos, and my Oracle and Tarot wishlist over on Amazon as well. If you want to be really kind like Isabella was with this lovely new deck, then feel free to go and check that out. That would be really lovely if you'd like to get a new deck for the channel. Thank you to everyone who has donated as well, because that's really, really kind of you, and it just really does help out the channel a lot. It helps me get more diversity. It shows a lot of support for me, and it's lovely to know that you really care that much. So thank you to everyone who has done that. And I am still offering angel healing sessions on my Etsy page as well. If that's something that interests you, go ahead, check it out. All of these links are in the description box, as they always will be. So thank you for spending your time with me here today, Group 3. I really wish you all the best with moving on from this, letting go of this, and healing as well. Have a lovely rest of your day, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.